Come on my dears, kindly read the statement of exercise numerical number 5. Read it? Look. My dears, you must have remembered that projectile motion is a two-dimensional motion, correct? So, if you want to recall any vector quantity, I mean its formula, its expression, then you must recall its formula in two dimensions having two components, okay? For example, if you want initial velocity vector, say vector v0, then you can write it this way: v0 x into I hat plus v0 y into j hat, correct? What is this v0 x? It is x component of initial velocity. Similarly, v0 y is y component of initial velocity. Got it? Fine. At present, you are given initial velocity as 10 into j hat, this many meter per second, correct? They have not given any term with I hat. When they have not given any term with I hat, you can consider 0 into I hat, 0 into I hat, correct? Now, if you match these two, then you will come to know that v0 x will be at present 0 and v0 y will be 10 meter per second, correct? Fine. What about acceleration vector in two dimensions? Vector small a equals to ax I hat plus ay j hat, correct? But at present they have given acceleration vector as 8 I hat plus 2 j hat, this many meter per second square, correct? Come on, what about x component of acceleration? Right now it is 8 meter per second square and y component of acceleration is 2 meter per second square, correct? Fine. Now, whenever there is a two-dimensional motion, you can just write the formula of x coordinate of a particle at time t as x equals to x0 plus v0 x into t plus 1 by 2 ax into t square. Same formula written here. Come on, x equals to x0 plus v0 x into t plus 1 by 2 ax into t square, correct? We are given this x coordinate of a given particle at some time t as 16 meter, okay? So, x is 16 meter. What is x0? It is the x coordinate of a particle at time t equal to 0, meaning thereby when it begins the motion. They have said in the statement that given particle starts its motion from origin. So, for origin, what is x coordinate? 0. Correct? This is x component of initial velocity and right now it is 0. So, v0 x is 0 into t plus 1 by 2 as it is. What about ax? Ax is 8 meter per second square into t square, correct? Now, tell me, this part is 0, 8 upon 2 that is 4, 16 upon 4 will be 4. When t square is 4, if you take square root, t equals to 2 second, t equals to 2 second, correct? Leave proper gap here and don't put any full stop here and write small s for second, okay? Then similarly, you can recall the formula of y coordinate of the same particle at time t. It will be y equals to y0 plus v0 y into t plus 1 by 2 ay into t square. Same formula I have written here. Come on, y equals to y0 plus v0 y into t plus 1 by 2 ay into t square. Come on, they require y coordinate of that particle when its x coordinate is 16 meter, correct? But we know when x coordinate is 16 meter, when time is 2 second, when time is 2 second. when x coordinate is 16 meter, when time is 2 seconds. Okay. So, what we should do? We should find out this y coordinate at time t equal to 2 seconds, because at time t equal to 2 seconds, x coordinate is 16 meter. Got it? Fine. What about y0? It is the y coordinate of initial position of a particle, but because particle starts its motion from origin, for origin you know y coordinate is 0. So, this is 0, this is v0y, and v0y is 10 meter per second, correct. You require this y coordinate when the particle is having its x coordinate as 16 meter, but when the x coordinate is 16 meter, when time is 2 seconds. So, time is 2 seconds, correct. Come on, 1 by 2 as it is. What about ay? Ay is 2 meter per second square. Ay is 2 meter per second square. Time is 2 seconds. Time is 2 seconds. Okay. Simplify. Now 10 2s are 20. 2 will cancel here. 2 square is 4. 20 plus 4, it is 24 meter. Correct. Now at the same time t equal to 2 seconds, we are asked to find out the magnitude of final velocity of the particle. Let us find out. You know expression of velocity vector in 2 dimensions. Come on, vector v equals to vector v0 plus vector small a into t. Remembered? Fine. Vector v0 is here. Vector v0 is right now 0 I hat plus 10 j hat. 0 I hat plus 10 j hat, correct, plus vector small a is 8 I hat plus 2 j hat, 8 I hat plus 2 j hat, correct, into time t, t equals to 2 seconds, t equals to 2 seconds. Okay. Simplify. Come on, 8 2s are 16 I hat, here it is 16 I hat, because this is 0 vector. Okay. And here 2 2s are 4 j hat plus 10 j hat, 4 j hat plus 10 j hat, altogether it is 14 j hat, correct. And now if you require magnitude of this vector, then you can write v equals to, come on, magnitude of any vector is square root of summation of squares of coefficients of I hat and j hat, here in 2 dimensions. Okay, fine. Or you may say magnitude of any vector is always equal to square root of summation of squares of its mutually perpendicular components. Okay. At present v equals to under root of, come on, square root of summation of squares of coefficients of I hat and j hat. They are right now 16 and 14, 16 and 14, correct. Now if you simplify, it comes out to be 21.26 this many meter per second, 21.26 meter per second. Got it? Kindly read now statement of number 6. Read it? Look. In the statement, we are given that one aeroplane is flying at the height of 3600 meter. At the height of 3600 meter. When it passes by from A to B, when it moves on a path from A to B, the angle made by the lines of observation of these two positions from the ground is 30 degree, and the plane moves from A to B in total 10 seconds. If it is so, then what is this constant speed of aeroplane? That is what we have to find out. Let us find out. Come on. Here in the diagram, you will find this as arc, circular arc, correct, and this as chord AB, correct, chord AB. Compared to this angle, right now this height, which is 3600 meter, is very large. In that case, you may consider this chord and this arc, this chord and this arc nearly equal, okay, fine. Now constant speed of aeroplane I am taking as v. Constant speed means path length divided by time taken, distance covered divided by time taken, correct. Distance covered from A to B, it is on this chord AB, correct, which are written here, chord AB, divided by time taken is suppose delta t. But as I said, this chord and this circular arc can be taken nearly equal. So instead of this chord, I am writing now arc AB divided by corresponding time delta t, correct. Now, if you take this angle 30 degree in radian, then converting degree to radian, what you should do? You should multiply by pi divided by 180, correct. So 30 into pi upon 180 will come out to be pi by 6 radian, okay. And remember, the measurement of angle in radian is defined this way: angle equals to arc upon radius, angle equals to arc upon radius. So what will be arc? It will be radius into angle, So instead of this arc, I can write radius into angle, correct. But mind well, this angle must be taken only in radian, got it? Fine. Now this radius you are given, it is this radius and it is 3600 meter. If you take this in meter, this in second, naturally this will be obtained in meter per second, correct. What about theta? I told you to take it in radian, and right now it is pi by 6 radian, okay. This delta t time interval you are given in the statement 10 second. Now simplify, it is 60 pi meter per second, You may put the value of pi equal to 3.14, further you can simplify, but in the textbook right now they have expressed this final answer in terms of pi, that's why I have brought the same answer, got it? Fine. Kindly read now number 7. Read it? Look, what is given to us in the statement that from the ground, from some position, the bullet is fired with some initial velocity, okay. That bullet can cover horizontal distance 3 kilometer. In short, its range is 3 kilometer, okay. It is so given to us. Now second time what we do, with the same initial velocity, we just try to obtain maximum possible range, and you know, for maximum possible range you are supposed to adjust the angle of projection equal to 45 degree, correct. In the first case they are given angle of projection 30 degree, but in the second case we will set it to 45 degree, because in the second case we require maximum range, okay. And then we have to check whether to obtain 5 kilometer range is possible or not in this case. That is what we have to find out. Let us see first case. Come on, formula of range is r equals to v0 square sine of 2 theta 0 upon g, correct. In the first case, instead of r we can write r1, correct. Now this angle of projection they have given in the first case as 30 degree. So 32 is a 60 degree, correct. This initial velocity we are not given, we do not require its value right now, leave it as it is. This range is 3 kilometer, this angle of projection is 30 degree, 32 is a 60 degree, correct. Now simplify, this 3 as it is, v0 square upon g as it is, sine 60 degree is root 3 by 2, correct. Now simplify, this you can write as root 3 into root 3, 1 root 3 getting cancelled, this 2 you can transfer, v0 square upon g will come out to be 2 into root 3, 2 into root 3. This many kilometer, because this part with sine function has got no unit, So whatever is the unit of R, same will be unit of V0 square upon G. Right now you have taken this value in kilometer, so I am writing here also unit kilometer, correct. In the second case, let the range be R2, but in the second case we are looking for maximum possible range. That is why outside the bracket I am writing maximum, okay. But you know the formula of maximum range in case of a projectile motion, it is V0 square upon G, V0 square upon G, correct. The initial velocity is same in both the cases, okay, fine. So keep V0 as it is, got it. But V0 square upon G is nothing but right now 2 root 3, correct. Come on. Now this root 3 is 1.732 multiplied by 2 will come out to be 3.464 kilometer. So what does it imply? It implies that maximum possible range in the second case will be this much, 3.464, not more than that, okay. Because this maximum possible range in this case is less than the range which is to be obtained, you can say final answer this way, that in the present case to hit the target at 5 kilometer distance will not be possible, okay, fine. That is what I have written here. Here it will not be possible to hit the target at 5 kilometer, okay. Can we read now statement of number 8. Read it, look. You know the formula of maximum height of a projectile. It is capital H equals to V0 square sin square theta 0 upon 2G, correct. Same formula written here. What about range formula? You know it is V0 square sin of 2 theta 0 upon G. Same formula written here, correct. Now sin of 2 theta 0 is nothing but 2 sin theta 0 cos theta 0, correct. And so I written here 2 sin theta 0 cos theta 0, correct. Suppose we are finding the ratio of H to R, just find it, this upon this, H upon R, then it will be this upon this, but when you take this upon this, V0 square upon G, V0 square upon G will get cancelled out, okay. This 2 will come down, will be multiplied here, 2 2s are 4 in the denominator, correct. And 1 sin theta 0 from here and this sin theta 0 will get cancelled, left is sin theta 0 upon cos theta 0, here it is sin theta 0 upon cos theta 0, correct. But sin theta 0 upon cos theta 0 is nothing but tan theta 0, so I am writing here tan theta 0, and this 4 I just transfer here, so 4 into H upon R, 4 into H upon R, correct. But you require right now angle of projection, you can make it subject of the equation, theta 0 will be tan inverse of 4H upon R, tan inverse of 4H upon R, correct. Please remember this formula, sometimes it will be very useful to you. It indicates the relation between angle of projection, maximum height and range of a projectile, okay. Can we read now statement of number 9. Read it, look. We are given that resultant vector out of vector addition of vector A and vector B is vector C, okay. They have also given that magnitude of resultant vector, vector C, is summation of magnitudes of vector A and vector B. In short, mathematically, C equals to A plus B, that is what they have given, okay. Now if this is the resultant vector, don't you know its formula? C equals to under root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Same formula written here, correct. But at present they have given in the statement C equals to A plus B. Come on, C equals to A plus B, correct. Right hand side as it is. Now just take square on both the sides. Square of this, when you take square here, this square root will vanish. So it is a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. Now come on, take square of this. Perfect square of a plus b will be a square plus b square plus 2ab, correct? Come on, a square plus b square plus 2ab, and right hand side still I am writing same, okay? Now a square getting cancelled, b square getting cancelled. What is left here? It is 2ab. What is left here? 2ab cos theta, correct? Now this 2 will get cancelled, a and b also getting cancelled. Finally you will get cos theta equal to 1. When cos theta equals to 1 means theta equals to 0 degree. When theta is 0 degree, but what is theta? Angle between two given vectors, vector a and vector b. But if that angle comes out to be 0 degree, meaning thereby both the vectors are pointing in the same direction, and if they are pointing in the same direction, they are said to be parallel. Mutually they are parallel, correct? That's why I am writing mathematically vector A parallel to vector B, correct? You had to find out in the statement how is vector A aligned with respect to vector B. Right now we have found that vector A is very much parallel to vector B, correct? By chance if you get this theta equals to 180 degrees suppose, then you have to write vector A and vector B are in opposite directions, correct? And by chance if you get theta equal to 90 degree, meaning thereby both the given vectors are mutually perpendicular, okay? So by finding the value of angle, we can just find out the alignment of two given vectors with respect to each other, correct? Read the statement. Look, if any vector is reversed, then what will be change in that vector? What will be its magnitude? And what is change in its magnitude? These three quantities we have to find out. Very simple. Suppose this is given vector. Let it be vector A1 equals to vector A. Vector A1 equals to vector A. Now, after I make it reversed, the final vector I just take it as vector A2, but because these two vectors are equal in magnitude, opposite in direction, they are negative vectors. They are negative vectors. So this is negative of this, so it is minus of vector A. Fine. What is change in vector A? That is vector delta A. Change in vector A means final minus initial. Final vector is vector A2 minus initial vector is vector A1. What is vector A2? Come on. Minus of vector A. Minus. What is vector A1? It is vector A. Minus vector A minus vector A. So totally minus 2 times vector A. Minus 2 times vector A. Let us take magnitude on both the sides. Magnitude on both the sides. So now when you take magnitude, minus will become plus 2. And here minus vector A has magnitude, you know it is A. Magnitude of vector A is simply A. I repeat, instead of minus you should write plus 2 as it is, and magnitude of vector A is nothing but A. Now they have asked change in magnitude of vector A. Change in magnitude of vector A. So it is final magnitude minus initial magnitude. Final magnitude is how much? It is magnitude of this vector, it is magnitude of this vector, and magnitude of this vector is nothing but A. So it is actually A2 minus A1. Magnitude of vector A2 means A2 minus magnitude of vector A1, that is A1. But A2 is A and A1 is also A. Come on, A2 is A, A1 is also A minus A, that is 0. Right? Next.
Look, if magnitude of given vector is made doubled, they have asked what will happen to its components. They also will get double. They also will get double. Very simple to prove. Original x component, I take it this way. Ax equals to a cos theta. New x component, I write ax dash, which is a dash cos theta. What is a dash? New magnitude of vector A. New magnitude is double than initial magnitude. Double than initial. So instead of a dash, what I am writing here? 2a. A dash equals to 2a cos theta as it is. Now 2 into a cos theta. 2 into a cos theta. But what is a cos theta? It is ax. So this a cos theta can be replaced by x. So it is 2 into x. So new component of new x component of vector A will be double than initial x component of vector A. New x component is double than initial x component. Fine. Similarly, we can prove for y component. Come on, original y component ay equals to a sin theta. New y component, I just take it ay dash. It will be a dash sin theta. What is a dash? New magnitude. New magnitude you are given double than initial. So a dash is 2a. A dash is 2a. Now you can rewrite 2 into a sin theta. 2 into a sin theta. What is a sin theta? A sin theta is ay. A sin theta is ay. So new y component is double than initial y component. Correct? Next. We have one vector, say vector OP, which is vector A, whose tail is kept fixed at origin and the vector is rotated anti-clockwise. First through 90 degree, then through 180 degree, then through 270 degree, and then through 360 degree. Each time we are asked to find out its x and y components. Very simple. What is formula of Ax? Everybody. A cos theta. A cos theta. What is a theta? 90. Angle made by given vector with a positive x-axis. Angle made by given vector with a positive x-axis. So in the first case, let it be theta, then alpha, then beta, then gamma. Don't do that. Okay? Don't adopt any symbol. You simply speak in words. When I am asking Ax, you should tell me A cos angle. A cos angle. Then we should understand it is that angle made by given vector with positive x-axis. Correct? Come on. Initially it is 90 degree. Okay? Come on. In the first case it is 90 degree. So A cos 90 degree. A cos 90 degree. Cos 90 degree is 0. 0 into A will be 0. Come on. Whatever is the formula here, only one change. Instead of cos, you must write sine because you are finding y component. Ay is how much? A sine angle. A sine angle. Angle is right now 90 degree. Come on, sine 90 degree is 1 into A, that is A. Similarly, come on, in the second case, now we should take angle 180 degree. Ax equals to A cos 180 degree. Come on, cos 180 degree is minus 1 into A, that is minus A. Ay equals to A sine 180 degree. Sine 180 degree is 0. 0 into A will be 0. Now in the third case, angle is 270 degree. Come on, Ax equals to A cos 270 degree. Cos of 270 degree is 0. 0 into A will be 0. Ay equals to A sine 270 degree. Sine of 270 degree it is minus 1. Minus 1 into A, that is minus A. Come on, X equals to, in the fourth case, angle is 360 degree. A cos 360 degree. Cos of 360 degree, it is 1. 1 into A, that is A. Come on, Ay equals to A sine 360 degree. Sine of 360 degree, it is 0. 0 into A will be 0. Simple. Next. Look, they have asked one question. Can relative velocity be greater than given velocity? Yes, very much possible. They have asked to give one example. See, Suppose one train is moving towards, come on, negative x-axis. Say with a speed 20 meter per second. Vector equals to magnitude multiplied by unit vector along negative axis, it is minus I hat. Some person is running opposite to the direction of velocity of train, say towards positive x-axis. So velocity of person, vector equals to magnitude multiplied by unit vector. The speed of the person I have assumed, come on, 5 meter per second. Now don't you know velocity of person with respect to train? It is velocity of person minus velocity of train. What is velocity of person? Come on, 5 I hat. Say minus velocity of train. Velocity of train is right now minus 20 I hat. Say minus 20 I hat. Minus plus. So 5 I hat plus 20 I hat. How many? 25 I hat. Now take magnitude. So when you take magnitude, it will be 25 meter per second. Is 25 greater than 5? Yes. Is 25 greater than 20? Yes. So this speed, relative magnitude of relative velocity is greater than velocity of person also, greater than velocity of train also. Correct? So this is greater than both the individual velocities. Okay? Next. Look, vector A, they have given I hat plus J hat. But don't you know standard equation for vector A? Come on, in 2 dimensions. Ax I hat plus Ay, representation of a vector in 2 dimensions. Come on, compare. So Ax is 1, come on, Ay is also 1. So what is A? Under root of, come on, Ax square plus Ay square. Ax is also 1, Ay is also 1, put it here, 1 and 1. So you will get under root 2, which is the magnitude of vector A. What is tan theta formula? Always y component upon x component. Y component is Ay, x component is Ax. Ay is 1, Ax is also 1. 1 upon 1, that is 1. Whenever tan theta is 1, theta is 45 degree. Theta is 45 degree. Okay? Or pi by 4 radian. Pi by 4 radian. Vector B, suppose I am taking this way, they have given I hat minus Z, I just take it as vector B. Come on, compare it with general representation of a vector in 2 dimensions, vector B equals to Bx I hat plus By Z. Compare, when you compare Bx equals to 1, By equals to minus 1. Come on, B equals to under root of Bx square plus By square. Bx is 1, By is minus 1. Bx is 1, By is minus 1. So this is under root 2. Now find out tan alpha. Suppose alpha is the angle made by vector B with positive x-axis. What is the formula of tan theta or tan alpha? It is always y component upon x component. Now we are talking about vector B, so you should write By upon Bx. By upon Bx. What is By? By is minus 1, Bx is plus 1. By is minus 1, Bx is plus 1. Minus 1 upon plus 1, that is minus 1. Now take care. Suppose I take tangent of 270 degree plus 45 degree. 270 degree plus 45 degree. Okay, then tell me, it is now 270 plus 270 plus. So it is now 4th quadrant. Say in 4th quadrant tangent function is negative, so I must write minus sign. Moreover, 270 degree means what? 3 into 90 degree. 3 to 90 degree. 3 to 90 degree. 3 is odd number. 3 is odd number. Whenever the multiplier is odd, you must change the function from tan to cot. Tan to cot. So it is minus cot 45 degree. Minus cot 45 degree. Now come on, cot 45 degree means what? Cos 45 degree divided by sin 45 degree. So it is now minus 1 upon root 2 upon 1 upon root 2, it will be minus 1. It will be minus 1. Now tell me, are these two values same? Yes, these two values are same. Are these two functions same? Yes. So this angle and this angle must be equal. So alpha must be 270 plus 45 degree. How much it is? 315 degree. 315 degree. Wait. Can you visualize this angle in this graph paper? Look. This is positive x-axis as usual. What is this? Negative y-axis. What is this? Negative y-axis. Now tell me, x component is positive. X component is and Y component is negative. X component is positive, Y component is negative. X component is positive, Y component is negative. That vector is like this, okay? And angle made by this vector with positive x-axis in an anti-clockwise direction, come on, this way, that angle you can see, it is 270 plus this much. And this much we have already got it, 45 degree. So this is 270 plus 45. Altogether this angle is 315 degree. 315 degree. Correct? Because x coordinate is positive, x component is positive and y component is negative. X component is positive, y component is negative. That vector is lying in the fourth quadrant. That's why we are finding this angle in the fourth quadrant. It has come out to be 315 degree. Okay. Next. Look, we have vector A along y-axis having magnitude 100 units. Come on, vector B in the first quadrant making angle 60 degree with x-axis, its magnitude is 200. Vector C along x-axis, its magnitude is 150. Let us find out x components of all given vectors. Ax equals to A cos angle. Angle made by vector A with x-axis, you can see in the figure, it is 90 degree. Cos 90 is 0 into this will be 0. Bx equals to B cos angle. This angle made by vector B with x-axis, it is 60 degree. Cos 60 degree sin 30 is 1 by 2. Vector B magnitude has come on 200. So this is 200. Cos 60 sin 30 is 1 by 2. 200 upon 2, that is 100. Come on, Cx equals to C cos angle. C cos angle. Vector C is this. Okay. It is along x-axis only. So angle is 0 degree. Cos 0 is 1 into C. C magnitude is how much? 150 into 1. That is 150. So how many values you have? 0, 100 and 150. 0, 100 and 150. Which is the biggest value? 150. Which is x component of vector C. X component of. So Cx is found to be come on maximum. Similarly, let us compare y components. Ay equals to A sin angle. A sin. What is this angle? Come on, 90 degree. Sin 90 is 1. A is 100. 100 into 1, that is 100. Come on, By equals to B sin angle. B sin angle made by vector B with x-axis, how much it is? 60 degree. Sin 60 degree is root 3 by 2, which is 0.866. B magnitude is how much? 200. 200 into this comes out to be 173.2. Similarly, come on, Cy equals to C sin angle. Angle made by vector C with x-axis, you can see it is 0 degree. Sin 0, 0 into this will be 0. Among 0, 100 and 173.2, which is the biggest value? Biggest value is this, and it is for y component of vector B. So x component of vector C is maximum and y component of vector B is maximum. Okay, next. Look, we have one position vector which is in third quadrant. They have not given directly that is lying in the third quadrant, but we can make out because its x component is negative, y component is also negative, it must be in third quadrant. X component they are given 3, but we should take minus 6 because it is along negative x-axis. Y component they are given 4, but it is along negative y-axis, so I must take it minus 4. And now tell me, what is the general presentation of vector R in 2 dimensions? X I hat plus y j hat. X is how much? Minus 3. Y is minus 4. Now find out magnitude. Square root of summation of squares of coefficients of I hat and j hat. Come on, minus 3 square plus minus 4 square. 9 plus 16, 25 square root will be 5 meter. What is tan theta formula? Y component upon x component. Very good. Y upon x. Right now y upon x. Y is minus 4, x is minus 3. Minus 4 upon minus is minus minus plus. 4 upon 3 is 1.333. When you find out in the table of natural tangents, you will get theta how much? 53 degree 4 minutes. 53 degree 4 minutes. Yes, for which tangent value is exactly this much, 1.333. Wait, this is the angle which is this much. See, what is tan theta from here? In this right angle triangle, what is tan theta? Minus 4 upon minus c. Here it is, minus 4 upon minus c. So this theta is no doubt angle made by this vector, but not with positive x-axis, angle made with negative x-axis. Suppose they ask angle made by this vector with positive x-axis, what you should do? You should add 180 degree. You should add 180 degree. Look, right now this angle you have found out. This angle you have found out. Correct? This angle you have found out. Correct? Now tell me, this is theta. Now if you want angle made by this vector with this positive x-axis, correct? Then tell me. Yes. So this is already 180. This is already 180. And I want angle made by this with this. So you should find out this. Anna? This is how much? 180 plus theta. 180 plus theta. 180 plus theta. Theta is this much. Okay, so that way you can write down. Otherwise you can write in bracket with negative axis. With a negative. Next. Look. Vector A plus vector B or vector A minus vector B, they are independent of choice of axis. Independent of choice of axis. Why? Look. Say this is one coordinate system. Say OXY. OXY. This is another coordinate system. O x dash y dash. Okay. O x dash y dash. Now tell me. In this space, suppose first vector is this. Vector A. Correct? This is vector A. Second vector is suppose this. Say vector B. Now tell me, if somebody is asking me what is vector A plus vector B, vector A plus vector B, it will be this only. Correct? Fine. So this is now vector A plus vector B. Whether you take this OXY coordinate system or you take O dash X dash Y dash coordinate system, no problem. This vector A plus vector B will be this only. Correct? So though you are changing coordinate axis, vector A plus vector B or vector A minus vector B, they remain as it is. They remain as it is. Means they do not depend on choice of axis. But the addition or subtraction of their components depends on choice of axis. Depends on choice of axis. Wait, I am showing you how. First of all, you find out summation of x components. Summation of for this also and for this also. Look here. Just take this x-axis, draw perpendiculars this way. Correct? Correct? Yes. Now tell me, how much is this much? AX, say everybody. Yes. What is this? BX, say. Yes. So this whole length will be AX plus BX, say. AX plus BX. But it is, this x-axis is taken into consideration right now. Now take this axis. Take these as x-axis, okay? Come on. Draw perpendicular from head of vector A. Then when you draw perpendicular, come on. This much is x component. This much is x component of vector A. Come on, draw perpendicular from head of vector B also. This much is x component of vector B. So tell me, this is AX, this is BX. What is the total length? Everybody, AX plus BX. Say AX plus BX. So here AX plus BX was only this much, and here AX plus BX is this much. These two lengths are not same. So if you change the coordinate axis, then summation or subtraction of x components or y components, that would change. Correct? Means ax plus bx depends on choice of axis. Ax plus bx depends on choice of axis, whereas vector a plus vector b or vector a minus vector b, they are independent of choice of axis. Got it? Next. What is vector a dot vector a? A square. What is vector a dot vector a? A square. Hana? So dot product of any vector taken with itself. Dot product of any vector taken with itself gives you square of its magnitude. Gives you square of its magnitude. Look here. Dot product of this vector taken with itself will give me square of its magnitude. Now apply distributive law. Vector a dot vector a plus vector a dot vector b plus vector b dot vector a, vector b dot vector a, okay, vector b dot vector a plus vector b dot vector b, vector b dot vector b. Now vector a dot vector a, how much it is? A square. Similarly, vector b dot vector b, and this term is repeated. Same term is repeated 2 times, so it is 2 times vector a dot vector b. Here you may think of vector a dot vector b because dot product is commutative. Dot product is commutative. You may change the order, no problem. Similarly, tell me, dot product of any vector taken with itself will give you square of its magnitude. Come on, apply distributive law here. Vector a dot vector a minus vector a dot vector b minus vector b dot vector a minus minus plus vector b dot vector b. What is vector a dot vector a? What is vector b dot vector b? And this term is repeated 2 times, so it is minus 2 times vector a dot vector b. What are you given in the statement? Modulus of vector a plus vector b and modulus of vector a minus vector b, they are equal. They are equal. Take square on both the sides. Square on both the sides. Come on, square of this. Square of this, already you found out. Square of this you found out. Come on, this value you know. A square plus 2 into vector a dot vector b plus b square. Same thing I have written here. Come on, square of this you found out. It is this much. Same value are written here. Okay. Now a square will cancel. B square will cancel. Transfer this part. Transfer this, from minus will become plus. 2 plus 2, 4 into vector a dot vector b equals to 0. Transfer this in the denominator. 0 upon 4 will be 0. What is vector a dot vector b by definition? AB. Take this AB in the denominator. 0 upon AB will be 0. When cos theta is 0, then theta must be 90 degree. Theta must be 90 degree. What is theta? Angle between vector and vector b, which we have to find out, and we have found out. Come on, it is 90 degree. Correct? Next. What have they asked? Displacement vector. Say in 10 seconds. In 10 seconds. Now 10 seconds is a time interval. Somebody may take from 35 to 45. It is also 10-second time interval. Somebody may take from 22 to 32. It is also 10-second time interval. If you take different time intervals, I mean from different instance of time, if you take same time interval, your answer would be differing. Answer would be differing. So here they should have asked in first 10 seconds. Say in first 10 seconds. Write down in first 10 seconds. Not afterwards. They have asked about the answer in first 10 seconds. First 10 seconds. Tell me, what is position vector given to you? Look up. 3t square I hat plus 4t square j hat plus 7k hat. Suppose I take t equal to 0, then I should write here vector r0. Vector r0. Initial position vector. Just place t equal to 0. This part will be 0. This also will become 0. Left is 7k. What about vector r10? Vector r10 is position vector at the end of 10 seconds. At the end of 10 seconds. Put t equal to 10. Put t equal to 10. Okay? Come on. 10 square. 100 into 3, 300. 10 square 100 into 4, 400. This 7k head as it is. Now I want change in position vector. Change in position vector. Arey Baba, it is final minus initial. Final minus initial. Vector r10 minus vector r0. Vector r10 minus vector r0. So it is this minus this. 7k minus 7k will cancel. Left is 300 I hat plus 400. This is the answer. But they may ask in the school examination about magnitude of this displacement. Magnitude of this vector will be under root. Say 300 square plus 400 square, and it's under root. Will become 500. Be 500. Next. Look, vector A is 2i hat plus 3j hat, vector B is I hat plus j hat. Now you want component of vector A along vector B. Component of vector A along vector B. Just draw one perpendicular. So this much is component, this much is component of whom along whom. This is the component of vector A along vector B. And it is how much? Component of vector A adjacent to theta. What is it? A cos theta. Say A cos theta. Which I want. Okay. Can you write A cos theta this way? AB cos theta upon B. Can you write so? AB cos theta upon B. Arey Baba, BB will cancel. BB will cancel. So left is A cos theta. Correct? What is AB cos theta? Vector A dot vector B. B as it is. B as it is. What is vector A dot vector B in terms of components? Ax, Bx plus Ay, By. Stop, because it is only two components. It is having only two components. And upon B, what is magnitude of any vector? Square root of summation of squares of its x and y components. Now tell me, Ax into Bx. Ax is 2, Bx is 1. 2 into 1. I have written here 2 into 1. Ay into By. Ay is 3, By is 1. 3 into 1. What is Bx? Bx is 1, By is also 1. Bx is 1, By is 1. Simplify. 2 into 1, that is 2. 3 into 1, that is 3. 2 plus 3, that is 5. Here it is under root 2. 5 upon under root 2. 5 upon under root 2. Suppose in the school examination they ask not component of these along this. Suppose they ask component of these along this. Suppose. So you want component of B along A. You want component of B along A. Then it is B cos theta. Then it is B cos theta. What do you write here? B cos theta. Say B cos theta. Then here what do you write? AB cos theta upon A. AB cos theta upon A. AB cos theta will be this only. Will be this only. So numerator will be same 5. But in the denominator you will get A equals to under root of ax square plus ay square. Ax is 2, ay is 3, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 9 plus 4 under root 13. Under root 13. So here numerator will be same 5, but in the denominator you get under root 13. Correct? If it is component of vector B along vector A. Next. Vector may not be 0, but its component may be 0. Vector may not be 0, but its component may be 0. Because if you take given vector this way, look, along y-axis, then its s component is A cos 90 degree. A cos 90 degree, which is 0. Which is 0. If you take vector along x-axis, vector along x-axis, then its y component is 0. So vector may not be 0, but its component may be 0. Correct? What is second question? In the same? What is the question? If one of the components is not 0, magnitude of vector cannot be 0. Magnitude of vector
cannot be 0.
because a equals to under root of ax square plus ay square plus az square. Out of ax, ay, az, if at least one component is not 0, then magnitude of vector will not be 0. Will not be 0. Next. Look, what is vector A plus vector B?
C square.
Don't say C square. Vector A plus vector B, I'm asking. Say vector C. Say
Vector C.
So what do you mean by vector C? It is vector A plus vector B means it their resultant. Their then don't you know magnitude of result vector? Magnitude of C equals to say under root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Take square. Take square on both the sides. So C square will be under root will vanish, giving you A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. But what is C square given to you in the statement? A square plus B square. C square is given to you equal to this right hand side as it is. A square will cancel. B square also will get cancelled. So 2AB cos theta equals to 0. 2AB cos theta equals to 0. Meaning thereby cos theta equals to 0. When cos theta is 0, theta must be 90 degree. What is theta? Angle between two given vectors, and if it is 90 degree, both the vectors must be mutually perpendicular. Must be mutually perpendicular. Next. Look, proof is very good, very good proof. You will understand completely provided you remember this fact. What is that fact I am showing you? Look here. Sine 30 degree. Everybody knows it is 1 by 2. Correct? Suppose I want to find out sine of 150 degree. Suppose. Then it is sine of 180 degree minus 30 degree. Because 180 minus 30 will be 150. No problem? Now 180 minus. So it is second quadrant. In second quadrant, sine function is positive. Sine function is positive. 180 degree means what? 2 into 90 degree. 2 into 2 means even number. 2 means even number. Whenever the coefficient multiplier is even, you don't change the function. Don't change the function. Sine will remain sine. And with sine, what is the angle now? 30 degree. And what is sine 30? 1 by 2. Correct? Tell me, are these two values same? Everybody say yes. Yes. Are these two functions same? Yes. Okay. Then tell me, what is first angle? 30 degree. Say 30 degree. And second angle is how much? 150 degree. And 150 means how much? 180 minus 30. 180 means what? Pi radian. Say pi radian. So second angle is pi minus first angle. Pi minus first angle. What is first angle? 30 degree. Correct? So whenever for two different angles, sine function values are same. Remember, second angle is pi minus first angle. Second angle is pi minus first angle. Second angle is pi minus first angle. Will you please remember? I'm going to use it now. Look, we have here two ranges equal. R1 equals to R2. Are you given so in the statement?
Yes.
Correct? In two cases, ranges are equal for two different angles of projection for the same initial velocity. Look, these two ranges, they have given equal. I just equate both of them equal to R. Equal to R. So I'm just taking common symbol. Common symbol. What is formula of range? V0 square sine of 2 theta 0 upon d. Instead of theta 0, I just take theta. For the sake of convenience, And in the first case, I am taking theta 1. In the second case, I will take theta 2. So speak out formula of R1. V0 square sine of 2 theta 1 upon G. V0 square sine of 2 theta 1 upon G. Similarly, R2. V0 square sine of 2 theta 2 upon G. Any problem? V0 square getting cancelled. G getting cancelled. Sine of 2 theta 2. Sine of 2 theta 1. Sine of equals to sine of 2 theta 2. Sine of
2 theta 2.
for two different angles, whenever sine function values are equal, I told you just now, second angle equals to pi minus first angle. Second angle equals to
Pi minus first angle.
so second angle is this 2 theta 2, which should be pi minus first angle is 2 theta 1. Second angle equals to pi minus first angle. Now divide by 2. Divide by 2. Divide by 2 here. So here it is theta 2. Divide by 2. Pi by 2. Divide by 2 minus theta. Correct? Theta 2 equals to come on. Pi by 2 minus theta 1. Pi by 2 minus
Theta 1.
what is the left hand side of the proof? What do you want to prove? T1 T2 equals to 2R upon G. What is left hand side? But T1 and T2 both are time of flight. Both are
Time of flight.
And what is the formula for time of flight? 2V0 sin theta 0 upon G. 2V0
Sin theta 0 upon G.
Instead of theta 0 we have taken theta. In the first case I should take theta 1, in the second case theta 2. So formula of T1 will be come on 2V0 sin theta 1 upon G. T2 is come on 2V0 sin theta 2 upon G. Now just slowly try to understand each step. 2 upon G. 2 upon G. V0 into V0. V0 square. 2 sin theta 1 sin theta 2 G. Just check once again. G into G. G square. G into G. G square. V0 into V0. V0 square. 2 into 2. 4. 2 into 2. 4. Sin theta 1 into sin theta 2. Okay, fine. Everything is same. I just rearrange the different terms. 2 upon G as it is. V0 square as it is. 2 as it is. Sin theta 1 as it is. Sin as it is. But theta 2. Theta 2 is how much? Pi by 2 minus theta 1. Pi by 2 minus theta 1 upon G as it is. Now tell me. Don't you know sine of pi by 2 minus theta? Sine of it is cos theta. It is cos theta. Similarly, sine of pi by 2 minus theta 1 will be cos theta 1. Will be
Cos theta 1.
Here it is. 2 upon G as it is. V0 square as it is. 2 sin theta 1 as it is. But sine of pi by 2 minus theta 1 is nothing but cos theta 1. Say cos theta 1 upon G. 2 upon G as it is. V0 square as it is. Arey Baba, sine of 2 theta. What is it? 2 sin theta cos theta.
2 sin theta cos theta.
Similarly, sine of 2 theta 1 will be 2 sin theta 1 cos theta 1. 2 sin theta 1
Cos theta 1.
Speak reverse. 2 sin theta 1 cos theta 1 must be sine of 2 theta 1. Sine of
2 theta 1.
V0 square sine of 2 theta 1 upon G. This is nothing but R1. This is nothing but
R1.
So this is nothing but R1. So 2 R1 upon G. Everybody.
2 R1 upon G.
But R1 equals to R. R1 equals to R1 equals to R. Finally 2R upon G, which is your RHS. You see? T1 into T2 equals to 2R upon G. Got it? What is the fact which is used here? For two different angles. For
2 different angles.
if sine function values are same, then what is second angle? Pi minus first angle. What is second angle? Pi minus first angle. Right? What was 150? Pi minus 30. Pi minus 30. What was 30? First angle. So second angle equals to pi minus first angle. Okay? You must speak for taking 30 degree as second angle. What is 30 degree? It is 180 minus 150. What is 30 degree? 180 minus 150. So if you take 30 degree as second angle and 150 degree as first angle, then also no problem. Second angle equals to pi minus first angle. Second angle equals to
Pi minus first angle.
correct? Please remember this. Write down somewhere. In the notes, write down somewhere. For two different angles, right? For two different angles, if values of sine functions are same, for two different angles, if values of sine function are same, values of sine functions are same, then remember that, then write below that second angle equals to pi minus first angle. Second angle equals to pi minus first angle. Right, for example, write down this. Normally means perpendicularly, okay? When they act perpendicularly, comma, resultant is 10 Newton. Resultant is 10 Newton. Full stop. Find magnitudes of these two forces. Find magnitudes of these two forces. 3 marks. Second, write down. For journey of one particle, comma, x equals to, write down 6t cube minus 8t square plus 10t plus 12. I repeat, listen. X equals to 6t cube minus 8t square plus 10t plus 12, and y equals to 3t cube minus 2t square plus t. 3t cube minus 2t square plus t. Here x and y are in meter. X and y are in meter, and t is in second. T is in second. Find magnitude of initial acceleration. Find magnitude of initial acceleration. And 3 marks for this. Write down last one. One body is thrown vertically upwards. From ground. Full stop. It comes back on the ground. After 4 seconds. Full stop. Now with the same initial speed, comma, if it is thrown at an angle, to have maximum range, then find this maximum range, and also maximum height. 4 marks.